Hey, everybody. It's been a while. Welcome. So, I haven't had a chance to really get out here and make some reaction stuff and talk about the Book of Boba Fett stuff. So, I'm going to jump into a little bit of that today and we'll see where we go from there. So, first, we're going to talk a little bit about Book of Boba Fett. So, if you're not into this, um, you should step away now. If you think it sucks, if you weren't excited by the first episode, I don't mind not having anybody here to talk to. But if you should be anything, you should be excited. So this is, I mean, in my opinion, this is going to be a banger, right, of a show. And I think you have to start a little bit slow to build up to something good, right? This is a story untold. You know, Boba Fett has what, 6 minutes of airtime accumulated over the course of the original trilogy. We get a little bit of him in the Clone Wars, but ultimately, we don't know anything about the man, really. And everybody's expectations are built on the mystery of this character. And yes, he was a badass. And yes, he was ruthless. But things change along your journey. And everybody has moments in time where things alter our course or our destiny or whatever you want to call it. So, without any further, I'm just going to jump into a couple things. What's up, guys? How's it going? I'm just going to jump into a couple things real quick, and then we'll jump into some predictions the first for the first show. So, for me, this started off amazing just because we got to see some stuff that we necessarily hadn't seen before, or had seen but hadn't seen in live action in well over a decade. So, for me, you know, some of the stuff like this, you know, scenes from Camino, um, seeing the slave one on the platform. We don't know if this is during the fight scene where Boba and Django escape Obi-Wan Kenobi, or if this is just a random day on Camino with Django and Boba, maybe just looking over the slave one. I don't really know, but it seems like we're going back to some of that OG content, which people, these were the first couple of cuts that we saw. Then we jump into um, some more flashback stuff, and we find out that, you know, these are flashbacks. So uh, for me, it seems like we're going to get a lot of information, and this is information we don't really have. You know, this is another example here. We get these quick scenes, but looking at this, you kind of get that feeling from the original I'm sorry, from the prequel trilogy. And moments like this really put Boba Fett's character in focus, right? Because this is the moment where we don't know what happened in the armor immediately after Django loses his head. And, you know, we see moments like this on Geonosis, and you feel you feel for a young Boba Fett, right? And that's, I guess that's the start. And that's why these were some of the first couple frames that we saw in this show were the most influential moments in Boba Fett's background, so to speak, for me. So, you know, these are important moments, and they're just moments, seconds, literally seconds. So, I really feel like they're going to dive back into maybe some Django. It would be really cool to see some Django lessons, but we're going to stick to what happened. So we're going to keep going forward. Obviously, he comes out of the pit and all this fun stuff. You know, we see him arm up, but there's really powerful moments that we see in this episode. And for me, one of the largest ones, and I know people aren't really giving it much love, but one of the largest ones is this moment here, right? For me, I understand a lot of people don't want to see the Tuscans. This is a part of the show that's always been very right? But for me, this is really an awesome moment here because this is a warrior in the Tuscan Raiders, the chieftain of this small little tribe, and he is seen another warrior in Boba Fett. And at this point, Boba is not 100%. He's hungry, he's thirsty, he's sun beaten, and things have not gone his way since he got out of the Sarlacc pit. You got to remember, he was being digested, so he's got breathing stomach acid, air, being burned by the Sarlacc stomach acid, burning his way out, clawing his way from under the sand, and then to only escape to have his armor ripped off of him. And that's another thing. We in the prequels had not seen Boba Fett without his armor. So was his armor almost like an extra layer of security blanket? We know he was a badass because we saw him in the Clone Wars, but ultimately, did his armor give him more confidence, make him more, I don't want to say make him more ruthless, but make him more confident in the day-to-day things that he did? Now, we don't know how far the Tuskens dragged him into the desert. We know that eventually they're by Tashi Station, but that's only for a blink. We don't know exactly where the Tusken camp is in relation to Jabba's palace, let's say. So we don't know how long it would take a broken, dehydrated, hungry Boba. Had he clubbed that kid and ran away, we wouldn't know where he would end up. Probably dead under the two suns. So for me, this is there's a reason he doesn't just club the kid in the night and run away. At some point, he realizes he's being chased down and he doesn't know where he is. So to stop seemed like a good idea. Moving forward, the rest of the episode for me was great. I just feel like getting down to the core of who Boba Fett is now after Return of the Jedi is, and we didn't see him for 7 years, ish, 5 to 7 years. When we run into him in Mandalorian, you see what a savage he is without his armor, right? The first time we see him, he's kicking ass and taking names without his armor. And then he puts his armor on and it's just amazing. And I think that's why everybody was a little bit disappointed in the Boba Fett we saw in episode 1, because they expected this just heatheness of a man, right? They expected the Boba Fett we got in the Mandalorian. And we got to remember that is 5 to 7 years removed from the man we saw in the Book of Boba episode 1. So these are two very different people. 5 to 7 years is a very long time to change. I wasn't the same person I was 5 to 7 years ago. Most of you were not also. So this disconnect that people have, why didn't we see the Boba Fett we saw in Mandalorian? It's a different person. It's a completely different person. We're going to get that stuff now. We're about to start seeing what makes Boba the man he is now versus the person he was in Mandalorian. That's a big part of what's going on here. And I think that's where a lot of the hate comes in. That's where a lot of the frustration comes in, because everybody wanted to see this Boba Fett that we saw in Mandalorian, right? That is not the Boba Fett we're getting in episode 1. Potentially not till later in the series even. So patience, people, patience. We need to be patient. This was the opening act to this show. And it's going to take time for them to build this story to make us understand why he is so badass when we see him in Mandalorian. But it takes time because, look, he just got his ass kicked by a couple of kids, right? The chieftain's daughter, maybe, whooped his ass without breaking a sweat, right? So, yes, he is a badass bounty hunter with blasters and all of these different weapons, but hand-to-hand combat, beaten down, sun-beaten, dehydrated, hungry, not 100% conditioned Boba Fett ready for battle. These things make a difference. And he got his ass kicked by a child, potentially, or a woman in the ranks of the Tusken camp. So really, it's more, I understand there's hate. I get it. Everybody's expectations are always so high, and then they don't get what they want, so they start to cry. I get it. But it's only 30 minutes, guys. There's more to come. So let's dive back in. Basically, we go into yes, exactly. He is no longer a servant to these crime lords, to Boba, to Vader and the Emperor. He's no longer the servant. He is now taking the reins and taking charge of his life, potentially because being in that Tusken camp changed him. It changes you. When things happen, things change you. And this is something he probably never saw coming. And it changed him. I'm sorry if that upsets you, but I'm not sorry. Boba will be coming back strong. He just needs a little more time. Yes. Dan the man, Matt K, Bonnie Christie, what's up? Stanley, Team Money, Anthony, Bonnie Christie, I haven't forgotten you guys. What's up? All right. So let's dive a little deeper. Let's finish out this first episode real quick. I'm going to make this stream real quick. Yeah, I mean, look at this, man. I mean, let's go to 6 to 15. We'll do it to 15, and then yeah. So yeah, I still think that this is, for me, this is one of the most powerful scenes in the entire show. The fact that we see Boba getting respect from the chieftain, I think this is going to set up more as to them blips, maybe a couple flashbacks, quick flashbacks of him training the Tusken way, earning his gaffy stick, so on and so forth. This for me is, I mean, look at him, man. He's covered in gunk, right? That's Sarlacc innards he's covered in. It's all in the inner parts of his suit. It's breathing that disgusting Sarlacc, blah, right? He's not, I mean, he comes out and literally falls on the floor, falls asleep. And then those scavengers, thieves, we thought these Jawas were noble. Thought maybe they found it in the pit or something, or on the ground, like he shed it. No, thieves, they stole it. Jawas. Jawas. Yeah. Chat. Don't get me started on Rhapsody. Yeah, the Tusken kind of look badass. I'm sorry. They were dope. They were dope. All of them. Right? All of them. All right. So, and then we got that scene. I mean, Boba's covered in stomach gunk, right? Basically, we don't know long. I mean, it could have been a day. It could have been a couple hours. It could have been, a couple of days. We don't know how long he was in there. Everybody's speculating. I mean, look at this. Look, he kills this heathenous monster, right? Next. Like, this thing is straight out of the Kraken, right? And he kills this thing with his bare hands. No blaster, no stick. I mean, well, obviously the chains that were in enslaving him to his Rhodian friend. But, the man killed this monster with a chain. No blasters. No gabby stick. Nothing. But the chain that was restraining him. He's a savage. If you guys don't think that was savage Boba at his best, you're wrong. That was amazing. And everybody's, why didn't he run away? Why didn't he kill the kid and run away? You're in the desert. The closest thing to you is Tashi Station. There's no vehicles. There's no way to get away. They're going to get you, man. You kill the kid, they're going to come after you. He knows where he is. I digress. All right, let's get to these chats real quick. The passion. I'm telling you. All right, I'm very intrigued by the Tuskens. Like, give us some more. Right. I'm with you, Dan the man. Yep. I'm with you. Yep. Okay. So let's jump forward, right? I want to make this happen. All right. So jumping forward. Here is something I didn't notice in the trailers the first time. Okay. I didn't notice this the first time, and it totally blew my mind that it was a blip, a frame, just one frame in between transitions. The way that they're doing these trailers is brilliant. So I don't know if you guys caught this. Did you guys catch this? Let me know in the chat. No, there's only a couple of you here, but let me know in the chat. I didn't see this scene. I didn't see this one frame in the trailers, watching the trailers with everybody. But slowing this down, looking for one specific scene, I saw this. I didn't see this before. How dope is that? You see, they gave us a blip of Boba in his Uncle Fester Tusken Raider outfit and Finnick walking into the hangar. Nobody caught this either. I am telling you, this is banana shit. Nobody caught that. I'm blown away that nobody caught that either. Look at that. They give it to us in the trailer. You know we're going to see this in the next episode. Maybe the third one. Bro, nobody caught this. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm befuddled that I've heard nobody talk about this across the internet. Nobody caught this scene. Nobody was talking about this. Look at that dusty ass room that the slave one is in. Look at that shit. Bro. The slave one's sitting there in the dust. Nobody knew how to open it, probably. There's probably only one person in the entire galaxy that knows how to open the damn thing. Jabba had probably people for years trying to figure out how to open that thing. Or Bib, rather. Bib Fortuna probably sat in there for years trying to figure out how to open it. It's a legendary Slave One, the most badass ship in the galaxy. Feared by everybody. And look at the dust. Look at it. Look at the dust on this thing. Bananas. That shit is bananas. And nobody on the internet has caught this. Bib was probably dying to get in that ship. Once Boba got it back from Hondo Naga, whoever had it last before he got his ship back, nobody knew how to get in this thing. And look at the dusty ass room it's in. It's banana shit. I'm telling you guys, this coming up episode is going to be absolute fire. This is where everybody's going to shit their pants. I'm sorry, everybody. I said it out loud. Everybody's going to shit their pants. That's it. That's all I just can't. Bro, everybody, who wouldn't try to steal that thing? If you saw the slave one sitting in a hangar by itself in the dust, you wouldn't try to open it? Come on. Yes. Well, think about it. At least a little while, right? Because we know that he rescued her after Din came and had that whole thing, and Fennec ended up dead, right? And Boba comes to get her. Bro, he still got the keys around his neck. He's got them. He's still there hidden in a secret skin pouch or some shit. Bro, this is, for me, this is the biggest secret that nobody's talking about this shit. I was looking for something else. I wasn't even looking for this. I mean, look at that room, bro. And watch, I'm going to play it for you because it's crazy. Watch, we're going to go back. That's a 45 seconds on the 3 minute and 7 trailer, Book of Boba Fett 2021. I'm going to play this little part before it. Right? So here, December 23rd. Boom. Flies over, see the chick. Boom. It's like a second. It's like 1 second. It's amazing. I mean, just amazing. It's just amazing. Look at that. It's just amazing. All right. So, predictions. We're going to see the mayor, right? Let's get back here. We're going to see the mayor. They're going to show us that those red... Okay, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the show, get out. Get out of here. But if you have, stick around for a couple more minutes. So, I think potentially we're going to see this scene in full effect. The return of Boba to his ship, the Slave One. I think that we could we're going to see, 100% after they got attacked by the guards, the red friends. Where are they? Where are you, my shield? Anyway, the red shields. So the red shields are going to have to, I think it was in this trailer too. So let's take a look here. Let's look together. Let's look. We're just going to go backwards for a second. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. This scene right here. Right before this, I believe I was in this. Was it? No, maybe not in this trailer. I don't know. Let's see. Going forward. No. I have them in possession. Okay. Anyway, so these clowns right here. These guys in the red right here. Okay. Here, I'm going to switch my position down here. Okay. See these guys in the red right here. So anyway, in one of the trailers, they meet up with our buddy, the mayor, And the mayor, I think this scene here, in fact, is after he kills the mayor or has his dealings with him. But I could see Boba getting pissed off and killing him. And I think I've said it for a while. Everybody doubts me on this scene here. This is a big one for me. I think we're going to see this. I think this could be a flashback scene of Boba walking up by himself after the Tuskens released him to go about on their way. I believe that this little dot right here is Boba. And I think Boba's walking up to Jabba's palace now that Bib's in charge, and Bib kicks him out. That's why he comes in and blasts him in the face as soon as he shows his face. Oh, Boba, we thought you were dead. Pow, motherfucker. So I think this little dot right here is Boba walking up to Jabba's palace to say, Bib, I'm here for my ship. I survived the Sarlacc pit. And Bib's like, oh, you mean my ship? No, sorry, Boba. And then he kicks him out. And then Boba goes back to the Tuskens to figure out life, maybe. I don't know. But I think this could be after the Tuskens release him. He goes to see Bib to get his ship back. And Bib's like, no, that's my ship now. Kick rocks. Get out of here. So we'll see, though. We'll see. This. I've been saying that for a while. I'll eat my words if I'm wrong, but I think that's the truth. Okay. So what about to choose to help Mace? Stop. No Mace Windu. Next. Thank you. Next. My predictions. By the will of Ford, then chapter 2 will be marked improvement and advance him tomorrow. Yep. Agreed. Fennec being a captured. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I think we're going to see some of that. I think we're going to see potentially Fennec and Boba Slave 1. Get that back. I think we're going to see why he hates Bib in this scene right here. I think that's it. I think we're going to see it. I'm hoping, keep my fingers crossed. And I think we're going to see Boba off-world, maybe getting in the Slave 1 and doing his thing. So that's what I'm thinking so far. I think this is going to be a big episode. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are a lot happier this time around. I think there's going to be more action. The first episode had to give us some structure, had to give us something to connect to. And now that we've got that done, we're going to move forward. Hopefully everybody will stop their crying and their whimpering and whining about getting live action Boba Fett. Sorry, not sorry. All right. Real quick. Let's see. Dan the man, Matt Cave agrees with you. You guys could go in the back and have a moment if you need it. No, I don't. I don't think he knows where his armor is. I think that's a big part of it, is that he doesn't notice his armor until he sees Din Djarin and his armor getting the crate dragon. I think that's when he finds his armor, and that's when he starts tracking it. I think that's when he goes back to get his ship and kill Bib and get it, that whole thing after he gets his armor. After he gets his armor, he goes back and kills Bib, but he steals the Slave 1 before he gets his armor. So I think it's going to be after the crate dragon scene. He's going to go get his ship, get the tracking device in the ship for the armor, go get his armor from Din Djarin. That's where my whole circle of trust. And then he comes back and guns down Bib for turning him away. Here, I still think this is it. I think this is the key. I think that's why he kills Bib. So any other last thoughts, anybody, before I jump out of here? I just wanted to do something before tonight. I'm going to see you over on X-Wings for the watch party. So make sure to get over there tonight. Also, if you haven't, make sure to get in the Discord. Please. I really want to get rid of this Nintendo Switch. I'm dying to get it out of here so we can do something new for the new year. So if you haven't told your friends, I have an OLED Switch. Go back in the videos. There's a giveaway tab. There's a giveaway video. Get in the Discord, get in the giveaway, get your entry. I want to give this thing away as soon as possible so that you can get in the gaming with us and the rest of the boomers. So everybody, please have a great day. Get ready for episode 2 tonight. We will be here with X-Wing on his channel around 11 o'clock. And then we'll see how everybody feels. But I think everybody's going to have a much better time of it. So guys, get your shit together. Don't forget, we broke something here. I mean, like I said, I know that everybody's got their own impression, but to me, I didn't see anybody talking about this scene. I'm going to show it one more time. I didn't see anybody talking about this shit. This is huge. This is huge, huge, huge that they showed us this in a trailer and not one person had the gumption to talk about it. Look at that dusty ass Slave One. You know they tried to get in that bitch and couldn't. You know Boba's the only one that knew how to get in there. Come on. There's no way. There's no way. So, everybody, please get subscribed to the channel. Tell your friends. We want to get to 500 subscribers. Get in there and get that giveaway. Help me get rid of that Nintendo Switch and give away all the rest of these prizes. Check out the merch store. We got a couple of new things in. We got some campaign shirts coming. Number one, first one, Din Djarin, Bo-Katan 2020 for all Mandalorians. Get there. Matt Cave just ordered his. I just saw his order. I'm pumped because I just ordered mine. Get out to the merch store and check out that shirt. That's my big one for the new year. I'm most excited about that one so far, but we have more coming. I had to take the Boba Fett, the Fett Shan 2022 shirt down because I had a typo, and like a dummy, I had to take it down. But get to the merch store. Get to the Discord. Get into this giveaway. Please, I want to give this thing away. Look, I'm gonna focus in on it real quick. Look, it's back there, bro. It's this stuff right here. That's all for you guys. So get on there. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me for this early morning stream-ish. Early morning. It's 11 o'clock in the afternoon. But we'll see you tonight for an explosive episode of Book of Boba Fett. Thank you very much. I will see you over at X-Wing Stream. And as always, please, everybody, be safe out there. Take care of your friends and family. Love your pets.